Have you ever felt like you don't deserve your success? Like somehow you've just been lucky, and any moment now someone's going to realize you're a fraud? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And here's the twist. The fact that you feel this way might actually prove you're smarter than you think. Today we're breaking down 7 signs that your intelligence is real, but imposter syndrome is lying to you. Let's start with number 1. You overthink everything before you speak. Most people just say whatever comes to mind, but you mentally rehearse conversations. You analyze your words before they leave your mouth. You wonder if what you said sounded stupid hours after the conversation ended. Here's what psychology says. This is called metacognition. It's your brain's ability to think about thinking. And research shows that people with higher intelligence are more aware of their own thought processes. They question themselves more because they understand how much they don't know. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect in reverse. Ignorant people overestimate their abilities. Smart people underestimate theirs. So if you're constantly second-guessing yourself, it's not weakness, it's awareness. Number 2, you feel uncomfortable when people praise you. Someone compliments your work, and instead of saying thank you, you immediately downplay it. Oh, it was nothing. I just got lucky. Anyone could have done that. This is classic imposter syndrome. But here's the psychology behind it. People with high intelligence often have something called high personal standards. You're not comparing yourself to others, you're comparing yourself to your own potential. And because you see all the flaws in your work, all the things you could have done better, praise feels undeserved. But the truth is, most people don't see those flaws. They see the result. And the result is impressive. Your inability to accept praise isn't humility, it's a distorted self-image caused by setting the bar impossibly high. Number 3, you've taught yourself most of what you know. School felt boring. Traditional education didn't click, so you learned on your own, through books, through videos, through trial and error. Psychologists call this autodidacticism, and it's strongly linked to high intelligence. Why? Because self-taught learners don't just memorize information, they seek understanding. They connect dots. They build frameworks. But here's the trap. Because you didn't learn in a formal setting, you don't have the external validation that comes with degrees or certifications. So you feel like your knowledge doesn't count, like it's not real. But self-education requires discipline, curiosity, and critical thinking, all traits of intelligent minds. The fact that you learned without someone forcing you to is proof of your capability. Number 4, you're painfully aware of what you don't know. While others speak with confidence, you hesitate. Not because you're ignorant, but because you know how complex the world is. You've read enough to realize that most topics have layers, nuance, exceptions. This is called intellectual humility. Studies show that smarter individuals are more likely to admit uncertainty. They understand that knowledge is vast and their understanding is limited. But here's the problem. Society rewards confidence, not accuracy. So the loudest person in the room gets believed even if they're wrong. And you stay quiet, even when you're right, because you're too aware of what you don't know to speak with absolute certainty. But that awareness, that's intelligence, not ignorance. Number 5, you've been called too sensitive or too intense. You feel things deeply. A movie can ruin your mood for hours. A conversation can replay in your mind for days. People tell you to relax, to stop overthinking, to not take things so seriously. But psychology research shows a strong link between intelligence and emotional sensitivity. It's called sensory processing sensitivity. Your brain doesn't just process information faster, it processes emotions deeper. You notice subtleties others miss. You feel the weight of words, tones, and silences. And because of this, you assume everyone else experiences the world the same way, but they don't. Your depth of feeling isn't weakness. It's a byproduct of a highly perceptive mind. Number 6, you constantly compare yourself to people ahead of you. You look at someone more successful and think, I'm so far behind. You see someone more talented and feel inadequate. You scroll through social media and wonder why you're not where they are. This is called upward social comparison. And studies show that intelligent people do this more often. Why? Because ambition and intelligence are linked. You're not satisfied with mediocrity. You want growth. But the downside is that you're never satisfied with where you are. You're always chasing reaching the next level, and that makes you feel like you're failing even when you're progressing. But here's the truth. The fact that you're comparing yourself to people ahead of you means you're aiming high, and that's a sign of intelligence, not inadequacy. Number 7. You've achieved things but still feel like you haven't done enough. You've accomplished things others dream of, but instead of celebrating, you move the goalposts. It's not that big of a deal. Other people have done more. I should be further along by now. Psychologists call this the imposter phenomenon, and it's most common in high achievers. The smarter you are, the more you're aware of your potential, and the gap between where you are and where you could be feels unbearable. But here's what you need to understand. Progress isn't linear, and achievement isn't a destination. The fact that you're never satisfied means you're wired for growth, and that's not a flaw, that's drive. So here's the truth. If you resonated with even half of these signs, you're not a fraud. You're not fooling anyone. You're just intelligent enough to see your own flaws. And that self-awareness is exactly what makes you smarter than you think. Imposter syndrome doesn't mean you're not good enough. It means you care enough to question yourself. And that's a trait most people don't have. So the next time that voice in your head tells you you're not smart, remember this. Only smart people question their intelligence. Ignorance is confident. Wisdom is uncertain. And if this video made you feel a little less alone, hit that subscribe button, because understanding your psychology is the first step to mastering it.